Sup? What I'm about to tell you can change the course of your life. Question is, are you ready? We have a power, a superpower, that can be accessed when the mind is in tune with the body. But before we get into it, let's see the origins of it. Origins of reality distortion field. I'm sure it was used for centuries before, but the data suggests that the term reality distortion field was coined by Bud Tribble, an Apple software engineer in 1981, to describe Steve Jobs' charisma and its effects on the developers working on the Macintosh project. Tribble said that the term came from the Star Trek episode The Menagerie. Jobs' RDF was said to be his ability to convince himself and others around him to believe that anything is possible. With a mix of charm, charisma, a bravado, hyperbole, marketing, appeasement, and persistence. It was also said it was said to distort his co-workers' sense of proportion and scales of difficulties and make them believe that whatever it was impossible task he had was indeed possible. Now I'd like to mention a few examples of Jobs' RDF that he could convince the Macintosh project team members they could complete the GUI in just 18 months, when most experts believe that it would at least take 3 years. There are more examples, of course. Persuading the board of directors of the Apple to invest millions of dollars in the next computer project, even though it was, of course, a risky adventure. Third, convincing the world that the iPhone was the future of mobile computing, even though it was a radical departure from the existing phones. And look around you. But here's the truth. Steve Jobs' reality distortion field was not always positive. It could also be used to manipulate and control people around. However, it is undeniable that it was a powerful force that helped to shape the future of Apple and the company it is today. He could make people believe in his vision, even though it seemed impossible. He was able to get people to work for long hours and make sacrifices for the company. He could create a sense of urgency and excitement around his projects. He was able to get people to believe in themselves and their abilities. Jobs' RDF was a complex phenomenon which was both positive and negative. It was a force that could be used to create great things, but could also be used to hurt people, to intimidate people. Ultimately, it was up to Steve Jobs to decide how he'd want to use his RDF. Now, question is, how can you use it? The concept of reality distortion field can be used in a variety of ways. Here are a few examples. To achieve your goals. If you have a goal that you want to achieve, you can use this reality distortion field to convince yourself that nothing is impossible, that you can accomplish wonders, even though it might seem impossible. This thinking could help you stay motivated and functional when things get tough. And you need that, and that's why I'm making this video. When you face a challenge, you can use reality distortion field to see the challenge rather as an opportunity. It can change the course of reality. And of course, to inspire others. If you have a vision for the future, you can use reality distortion field to inspire others to believe in your visions. First of all, you have to know what you want to achieve. You have to understand what it is that you're looking for, that you want to achieve. It's always said, a positive attitude can take you a long way. When you believe in yourself, you can go far and away. If you were to tell that child, would they believe it, wherever you are? I mean, I've done things that as a child, I would never even dream of, and I would never believe that. Reality distortion field. This is a mechanism. This is more like a power that people don't usually talk about. So this is the book that I read. It's called Steve Jobs. I'm pretty sure you must have at least seen this. Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. This is the book which inspired me to make this video. There are stories about him. There are movies about him with Michael Fassbender. Ashton Kutcher, he also acted as Steve Jobs. So you can look at both the films. The one with Michael Fassbender. It's incredible. The screenplay, which was written by Aaron Sorkin. So much going on with Aaron Sorkin's films. He wrote it beautifully. What I'm trying to say is like, this book helped me see who Steve Jobs actually was. And I definitely recommend you guys to read it as well. Now, Steve Jobs was a brilliant man. Not just a brilliant man, he was a visionary. And by visionary, I mean there are some people in this world, like Nikola Tesla, who could see things in a 3D way, who could see things as they are, perhaps, or who could see things more than what meets the eye. People that I've never met had such a huge impact on my life. These are the people that I think we should have as our idols, or that we can learn from. And they're incredible in their approach toward life, to what extent they go to achieve their goals. It is that motivation that I see. There's very less motivation around you nowadays, at work or wherever you go. It's just, perhaps it's the side effect or an after effect of COVID-19, or the effects of vaccines. Who knows? But the point is, there's very less optimism, motivation outside. Perhaps because we're always isolated, or most of the times, and at work, in our cubicles, or work from home, so you have to sit for 8 hours in front of the screen. So there are those reasons I get. And you don't get time, really that sort of time to socialize or talk to that one person. But if there's that one person to talk to, or if there are empty pages that you could fill, or if there's a stage where you could perform, I would rather say go do that. This is the time to do those sort of things that will help you change, give hope to people, inspire people. That's a need right now. And don't prove Karl Marx right. He talked about isolation in working place, and which turns out to be true now. But we have to prove people that there is time for utopia to exist, or there is still time to make changes. So let's take action, like I am by making this video. Perhaps make that one kid watching this video think that perhaps, okay, maybe if I were able to convince myself that I could change things, that I could change myself, maybe there is a possibility that this man, what he's saying, that it might work. Conviction is the key to crack most of the interviews, I think. You've got to make the other person watching you, listening to you, believe what you're saying is true. Alright then, thank you for watching this video. I wish you all the best with your future. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and convince yourself that you can accomplish wonders. And then others will be convinced easily.